Hello, and welcome back to the Going Off Track podcast. I am Catherine, and we are on day 15 of the F101 Spring Break Sprint. We are here, we are at the midpoint. I still haven't figured out what the final few episodes are going to be about, but we are going to keep trucking, and I will figure that out soon. Now, in case you've missed it, and this is your first video in the series, welcome, congratulations. I am a Drive to Survive era Formula One fan, and I am diving into old F1 lore and F1 history from before I became a fan of the sport midway through 2021, and am helping educate other Drive to Survive era fans about this weird sport that we love so much. Now, in yesterday's episode, I broke down some of the most absurd margins of victory we've seen in a race in F1 history and how much I hope that we don't have those again now with the current regulations. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss a video in this series or all season long, and so I can continue to inflict my motorsport opinions on the greater population. Now, we're not ready for Monaco yet in the grand scheme of the 2026 calendar, but I do want to throw it back to Monaco 2004. Another year of Michael Schumacher doing Michael Schumacher things. Monaco was the sixth race of the season, and let's talk about a little team named Jaguar. Jaguar Racing was mid. They did not have a long history of success. That year, the drivers were Mark Webber, which we know now as Oscar Piastri's driver manager. He had been at the time in his third season in Formula One, and Christian Klein, who was a rookie, who would go on to score 3 whole points that season. Jaguar Racing existed in Formula One for all of 5 seasons, from 2000 to 2004, and finished constructors-wise a best P7 3 times. So we're not laying up the timing sheets here. The team was not great, and they were trying to do anything they possibly could to maintain relevance on a grid where Ferrari was being Ferrari, but like the good Ferrari, not the Ferrari that they aspired to be, but fail miserably. And Michael Schumacher would go on this year to win the Drivers' Championship by 34 points over his teammate Rubens Barrichello. In case you don't remember going back to 2004, because it was a minute ago, Ocean's 12 of the Ocean's movie series, you know, the George Clooney, Brad Pitt movies, Ocean's 12 was coming out later that year. Jaguar partnered with Steinmetz to promote the film using a stunt of gluing 2 diamonds with a value of 300,000 each, uninsured for some reason, don't know why, onto the front wings of each car, you know, right above the nose logos. George Clooney and future Formula One driver Brad Pitt were on hand to help promote the stunt. Now, if you think gluing a giant diamond onto one of the most delicate parts of an F1 car might not be the best idea, well, Christian Klein proved that when he hit the barrier at the Lowe's hairpin, which is this hairpin right here, and damaged the front end of his car, you know, right where the diamond was. And then the diamond was just straight up gone. And now this is not a teeny tiny diamond. This was a very decently sized diamond, and it was gone. And no one knows where it went. To this day, that is a mystery. Did it fall down a storm drain? Did it get flung off into the stands and end up in a very lucky Monaco spectator's pocket? Did it get stuck in the barriers? Did a marshal just grab it, put it in his pocket, and accidentally forget to give it back? Or did it, you know, end up in the Monaco harbor like some F1 cars have in the past? We don't know. But the goal for this promotional stunt from Jaguar was to make the team internationally relevant when they were scrambling for relevance in the Michael Schumacher heyday era of Ferrari. And so this did make international news. So mission accomplished, and also definitely overshadowed Jarno Trulli's win by a lot, which was unfortunate for Jarno Trulli because you kind of want your win at Monaco to be a big deal. And speaking of Jaguar not being great, Christian Klein obviously didn't make it through the first lap. Mark Webber made it 11 before his gearbox crapped out on him. That race also went on to have 11 total retirements, including Ralf Schumacher. But Ralf Schumacher was still classified because his gearbox waited to bite it until 2 laps to go. And Zolz Baumgartner, who drove for Minardi at the time, finished the race 6 laps down and was the only driver to cross the finish line, but not score points in the race, which was very unfortunate. Now, got another quick one for you, especially since we had a few days of some longer episodes. So coming up next, we're going to talk about the drivers who took the longest to score their first point in Formula One, which I think is really interesting when you consider just how ruthless some teams are with driver performance to this day. So here are some of the drivers who have a little bit more latitude or were just best available. But anyway, that's what we've got up next. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a moment in this series. Thank you for going off track with me, and I will see you in the next one.